The kind servant. In a bustling town nestled at the foot of a great mountain, there lived a wealthy merchant named Haran. He had a large, grand house filled with fine furniture, intricate tapestries, and countless treasures. Despite his wealth, Haran's household was far from peaceful. His wife, Sita, was often unhappy, and their children were unruly and disrespectful. There was constant tension in the house, and the merchant could not understand why, despite all his riches, his family was not content. One day, Haran hired a new servant named Aaron. Aaron was a simple man, dressed in humble clothes, but he carried himself with an unusual calmness. He did not speak much, but there was something in the way he moved, the way he worked, that made everyone around him feel at ease. From the very first day, Aaron went about his duties with grace and kindness. He cleaned the house, cooked meals, and took care of the children, but he did so with a presence of mind that was different from the usual servant. He never rushed, never complained, and always greeted everyone with a warm smile. He treated even the smallest tasks with great attention, whether it was dusting a shelf or folding a piece of cloth. Haran noticed something strange after a few days. The tension in the household seemed to lessen. His wife, Sita, was no longer as irritable. She even began to smile when she greeted Aaron. The children, who had been rebellious, started to behave better and listen more attentively. The family, once cold and distant, began to come together in a way that Haran had never seen before. The atmosphere in the house grew warmer, more peaceful. One evening, as the family gathered around the dinner table, Haran decided to speak to Aaron. He had been observing the changes in his home and was curious to understand how a simple servant like Aaron could bring such peace to his troubled household. Haran asked, "I have noticed a great change in my family since you arrived. The house feels lighter, and the tension has disappeared. What is the secret to your kindness? How do you bring such calm to the household?" Aaron smiled gently and responded, "It is not a secret, sir, but a way of being. I do not do things because I have to. I do them because I see the value in each action, no matter how small it may seem. When I clean, I do so with full attention, with the intention of making the home a place of comfort. When I serve food, I do so with gratitude for the nourishment it provides. And when I speak to others, I do so with respect and compassion." Haran was intrigued. "But what about the conflict in the house? My wife and children have always been difficult to please. How have you managed to bring peace where there was once strife?" Aaron paused, then said, "Peace comes from within, sir. When we focus on our own hearts and actions, we influence the hearts of those around us. If I carry peace within me, others begin to feel it too. I do not expect anything in return for my kindness, nor do I demand others to change. I simply act with kindness, patience, and understanding. In time, this energy spreads." Haran was silent for a moment, reflecting on Aaron's words. He realized that his own household had been filled with so much noise, not only from the outside world but also from their own restless hearts. Aaron had shown him that the key to true peace was not in commanding others to behave, but in creating an environment where peace could naturally grow. Over the next few weeks, Haran decided to adopt Aaron's way of thinking. He began to practice kindness and mindfulness in his own actions. He paid more attention to his wife, listened to his children without judgment, and tried to be present in every moment, just as Aaron had been. Slowly, Haran noticed that the peace in his home deepened. His wife and children, too, began to adopt a calmer, more thoughtful approach to their interactions. They no longer argued as much, and their conversations became filled with warmth and understanding. One evening, as the family sat together, Sita spoke up, "Haran, I feel something has changed in our home. It feels more peaceful now. We are all much closer than before. I believe it is because of Aaron's presence. He has taught us to treat each other with kindness and patience, and I see now how much difference that makes." Haran nodded, grateful for the wisdom that had entered his home. He turned to Aaron, who was quietly sitting in the corner, observing the family with a calm smile. "Aaron, you have not only served us with your hands, but with your heart. You have shown us that the true key to peace is in how we treat one another, and in how we approach each moment with mindfulness and compassion. Thank you." Aaron bowed his head humbly. "It is not I who have brought peace, sir. It is the kindness that exists in each heart. I simply reflected it." Moral of the story: true peace and harmony are not created through force or control, but through acts of kindness, mindfulness, and compassion. By bringing calmness into our own actions and hearts, we can influence those around us, creating an environment where peace can flourish. Even the smallest acts of service, done with love and patience, can transform an entire household. Thanks for watching. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to give it a like, share it with others who might benefit, and subscribe to the channel for more valuable content like this. Hit the bell icon so you never miss an update. See you in the next video.